Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. So, we need to hop into the Arcadion today. As a quick reminder here on that, basically, last time the President kidnapped Eutrope and Neyuni, and they've challenged us to continue fighting at the Arcadion and to become the Grand Champion. Winning means learning about the location of the Drop of Life, and curing those affected by psychonekrosis. So, let us go ahead and kick this off here, speaking to Yana. Ah, Prince, I was hoping you'd drop by. There's something I wanted to share with you before heavyweight matches begin. Come on in. Alrighty. Alright, and we've got Retsara here. The kittens have taken to their new home, in case you're wondering. Still, I can tell they miss Hector, the poor things. I've asked Honey and the others to come as well. Before they arrive, let's have a quick refresher of the situation. Well, I just did that for the audience here, but okay. Yours will probably be a little bit more thorough. During your cruiserweight campaign, we managed to convince several fighters to retire from the ring. Not least of all, Retsara, who was already afflicted with psychonekrosis. There was one who couldn't be persuaded though, the Brute Bomber. I myself developed symptoms of psychonekrosis after Eutrope ambushed us. I got a little carried away, using a feral soul to stop her. There was a glimmer of hope when Neyuni discovered the existence of a cure, but it was dashed when the President took her and Eutrope hostage. He wouldn't allow us to deviate from his script. But in an unexpected turn, the President himself was aware of the cure, the Drop of Life, and he said he'd divulge its location if you could become Grand Champion. How did he learn all this? Where does he get his information? I've never met the man, so he's a complete mystery to me. That's why I wanted to gather everyone, in order to form a better picture of who we're dealing with. Hello, my dears. We let ourselves in through the back. You never know who's watching, after all. Hey, what's the occasion? We having a retirement party or something? Sorry, hun, but I haven't met the President in the flesh either. He only called me a few times to give instructions, and it wasn't him but Matem who came to recruit me at one of my performances. While he recruited me and Hector in person, all contact afterwards was via communicator. He'd speak solely about business, never private matters. Same with me, I'm afraid. Dancing Green, on the other hand, is well acquainted with the man. After a fashion, the geezer has a love for the theatrical. As a performer myself, we quickly hit it off, and often had debates about the best way to engage the audience. While I believe the key is making folks feel good, he insists that they need to feel a matter of discomfort, and that's the job of a heel. 'Tis when the loathsome are laid low that the audience knows the highest high, and the fighters burn brightest, he'd always say. That sort of poetic justice has appeal, I'll admit. For proof, you need look no further than the frenetic crowds at the Brute Bombers matches. Whatever else the president may be, he's a damned good showman. Right, the president's personal life. All I know is he traces his ancestry to Lindblom. Lindblom? That's where the stimulant for the regeneration factor was apparently researched. Well, what do you know? Unfortunately, I never got the opportunity to hear more about his past. The last time I saw the old man was 3 years ago. That would be around when Matem approached Honey. I wonder if something happened to the president that's kept him from appearing in public. But with the limited knowledge we have, we can only speculate. So, even between all of us, we hardly know anything about the president. Our play remains Prince becoming Grand Champion. Only then will the president share the cure's whereabouts. And if he goes back on his word, we can threaten to reveal the truth about the immortalized to the public. If all else fails, then we do have that hand. But if we're to use it, we must first rescue Eutrope and Neyuni. So, as to not endanger them, the plan will need to be discreet and foolproof, and I could use everyone's help. Can I count on you all? I'm offended you thought you had to ask. Of course you can count on us. We'll save Yana's sisters and give that rotten president a piece of our minds. I got along with the old man well enough, but I had no idea about his shenanigans. Art and entertainment shouldn't come at the cost of those who make it. Ain't that right, Sugar? Thank you all so much. With everyone's cooperation, we'll work to free my sisters while Prince continues his campaign to become Grand Champion. It goes without saying, but I'll continue supporting you as your second. Together, we'll carve a path through the heavyweight division. It seems we all have our tasks. The rest of us will begin exploring ways to rescue the girls at once. Alright, Yana. So, there's about to be an Arcadion broadcast. It's a regular program intended for fans, so it might not help much with your preparation, but it couldn't hurt to give it a watch. Fans of the fight and connoisseurs of combat, I bid you welcome to another edition of the Arcadion Hour. For today's special guest, we have the heavyweight fighter who shall soon face the unenhanced upstart Prince in the ring. The devilishly divine dominatrix, Vamp Fatale. As indicated by his appellation, Prince has climbed his way up the ranks without the use of a feral soul. Should this upstart rise to become Grand Champion, they would be able to do as they please with the Arcadian Soul Repository, and it seems they intend to release all the souls. This would fundamentally alter the Arcadian, leaving it a championship of unenhanced fighters. What are your thoughts on this? Don't make me laugh. The upstart would only bore us to death. Our fans crave spectacular battles that will blow them away, and you simply can't get that without feral souls. So saith the lady, but what do you, the people, actually think? We hit the streets to find out. Fight without feral souls? What even be the point? This is the Arcadian we're talking about. If I can't watch a muscular woman imbued with a beast soul squeeze the life out of her enemies like she's making juice, I'm not interested. I believe this is going to be some sort of an attempted smear campaign against my character. The unenhanced warrior? Just a novelty, I reckon. There to drum up excitement for the championship. It was interesting at first, I'll admit, but the axe has gotten old, and everyone's had enough of it. I know I have. Frankly, I despise the upstart. He forced the Howling Blade to retire with that outrageous wager, for one thing. We don't need some outsider barging in and running roughshod over our traditions. Leave the Arcadian alone. You hear me? Leave the Arcadian alone. He seemed a little confused by what he just saw there. See? No one wants his pathetic excuse for entertainment. Huh? That's odd. There should have been some interviewees who supported Prince as well. Just as I thought, a smear campaign. Or perhaps not. You're next, darling. You've been a naughty, naughty boy. I'm going to give you the punishment you deserve. Camera crew's gonna have to clean that after. Damn them. They clearly only showed the interviews that serve the president's agenda. I'm sorry you had to see that, Prince. No worries. But you have plenty of supporters out there, and that's the honest truth. Forgive our sudden intrusion, but after the broadcast just now, we simply couldn't sit still. You're my hero, mister. I'll keep cheering you on, so please don't give up. There are many of us who feel the same. We believe in you, and we wanted you to know that. I get nervous whenever I watch you fight, but at the same time, I'm inspired. Given courage, I don't get that from fighters who use feral souls. That's right. And don't forget, souls weren't even used in the Arcadian in the beginning. I bet the other fighters could also put on a thrilling show without enhancing themselves. Battles with feral souls are a spectacle. There's no denying that. But by the same token, it feels artificial. Your fights, on the other hand, are as real as it gets, and it fires me up like nothing else. So keep your head held high, and keep fighting the good fight. in the heavyweight division. Many of these fans still don't know that I've saved the world. On multiple occasions. Although I suppose the end singer's the big one. Please, let me join your gym. I want to become a fighter just like Prince. I would say maybe wait until after today's events have concluded so we even find out what's going to happen with the Arcadion. Well now, we'd be glad to have such an enthusiastic trainee. I must warn you, though, that the training isn't easy. Why don't you come back with your parents for a tour first? See, you have quite the following. Even if there aren't any more feral souls, it doesn't spell the end of the Arcadion. Many people admire and support you, and it's for them as well that you fight. Once I'm cured, I'd love to come out of retirement and fight unenhanced myself, and I believe the others feel the same. Is that so? Alright, we'll be there. This is it, Prince. The heavyweight matches are beginning. Metem's asked us to meet him at the green room as usual. Time to get this show on the road. Alright, we are off to the Arcadion. Let us enter the Arcadion and see what we got. I'm gonna give him some choice words about those interviews. Alright, Metem. It's good to see you again, my friends. How have you been? We've been better, but what's the big idea with that broadcast? I'm sorry, but it was the President's orders. It was all I could do to drop a hint that there were other opinions. The mass retirement in the cruiserweight division has left the President feeling threatened. Whatever he may have said before, he's eager to be rid of you. On that matter, it's no use trying to convince the heavyweight fighters to quit. They've all been informed about their psychonekrosis, and choose to continue fighting of their own volition. That's because they've been told that if they can defeat you, they would be able to use your soul to cure the affliction. That bastard and his low tricks. Victory is your only way through this. So what anger you have, I suggest you channel into the ring. As you did before, I have no doubt that you will make your mark in the heavyweight division as well. Alright, let's go with the critical hit. Alright, so, Yana, let us talk to you. So, the Breathtaker. Just when I think I've seen it all with the President, he comes up with another underhanded move. If what Metem says is true, we've little hope of convincing your opponents to quit. There's nothing for it but to stay the course, then. While you fight to become Grand Champion, we trust in the others to rescue my sisters. If we can get the Drop of Life's whereabouts from the President in the end, we'll be able to save everyone. Right then, let's take a look at your first heavyweight opponent. Vamp Fatale, whom you had the displeasure of seeing in the broadcast earlier. She's a fiendish fighter who harnesses the souls of the Desmonted, a giant bat whose power allows her to suck the life out of her opponents. Her biggest claim to infamy, though, is the fact that she's a sadist. Inflicting pain brings her pleasure, and her ring is filled with apparatuses for that purpose. Mind your surroundings out there, or you'll become her plaything. Remember, you have plenty of fans who believe in you, so believe in yourself and show them the strength of the unenhanced warrior. Now, get out there, give Vamp Fatale what for, and claim your first heavyweight victory. Let's do this. Alright, heavyweight, match 1, now accessible. And with that, let's get ourselves queued up here. Looks like the wait shouldn't be that long here. In the meantime, your first foe in the heavyweight division is the merciless man-eater Vamp Fatale. Oh, there we go. I will take that.
She'll make your pulse race while freezing your blood. The voluptuous Vamp Fatale!
Food on. Alright, let's do this.
Will you cry out in pleasure or pain?
Feast your eyes on the lovely and lethal Vamp Fatale! Will the challenger fall prey to the cruel mistress?
I see an orb on that side. And I see another orb.
Come, my pets.
Bats tell me might be bombs, and then what is this? Some sort of ring? I'm guessing maybe jump it? Something else out there?
This is my show. I will hear you scream.
A wicked weapon.
Hello.
Van Fatale's poised to execute a fatality.
Okay, this reminds me of Alexander, that one goblin boss.
You will become a stain on this world.
The challenger has nowhere left to run. Oh, that must have hurt. Hang in there. Oh, not fast enough, I'm afraid.
This
Still trying to
is
watch that
just
orb.
the beginning. My faithful minions, give me your ether!
It's begun! She's draining the audience of their ether.
All of you will feed me.
Van Fatale's unleashed the ether! The challenger's in her realm now.
Oh, we've seen this before. Or actually, no, we haven't. I haven't shown this before on stream, but that is an attack that comes from Zeromus Extreme, I believe. All right, we got a multi-stack here, so I'm going to go with my reprisal, weaken that as much as we can. Strange. It doesn't seem like the direction of the orb is that important
It is not
anymore.
too late to beg for mercy.
The spectacle of slaughter resumes. How will the challenger adapt?
Standing in the middle seems to do well.
It's a veritable rain of death. And they're down. Can they recover from this?
Ooh. Let's see what they all have to say here. Alright. I think we're good here then. And I did notice that that you could attack those as well, and that's why I started to charge up to that one.
Feast your eyes on the lovely and lethal Van Fatale! Will the challenger fall prey to the cruel mistress?
I'm just gonna put out a little food check for everyone. That attack might not do anything, but it also wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past Square Enix to look into starting to do attacks where you need to jump over things. Wouldn't be the first time that's been something
I will hear you scream.
that we've needed to deal with before, but it would certainly be the first time we have to deal with it manually.
Weapon. Van Fatale's poised to execute a fatality.
You will become a stain on this ring.
The challenger has nowhere left to run! Oh, that must have hurt! Hang in there! Oh, not fast enough, I'm afraid.
This is just the beginning. My faithful minions, give me your ether!
It's begun! She's draining the audience of their ether.
All of you will feed me.
Van Fatale's unleashed the ether. The challenger's in her realm now. And they're down. Can they recover from this? Oh, they're up! What fighting spirit!
There wasn't anything I could do about that one.
You are a stubborn one, but it is not too late to beg for mercy.
The spectacle of slaughter resumes. How will the challenger adapt? It's a veritable rain of death.
I will say that I did not see the soak towers the first time.
Oh no, they've been felled with a vengeance. And they're back in action. Can they turn the tide?
Trying to keep my view on a swivel here, just so I can see if any more towers come down.
Such insolence I have never known. More. I need more ether.
She's draining the crowd's ether again! I hope our dear spectators are feeling all right.
Oh, the bigger orb makes them wider. Got it.
In pain lies pleasure.
She's unleashed.
I decided to pop a potion there.
Where will this end?
Alright, we're getting them down. Less than 20% left. We got a limit break ready. That hurt. I'm gonna invuln.
On your knees, damn you!
I was about to call for it. And down they go.
The match is decided. Victory goes to the challenger.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the color scheme they're using or something, but I did not see those silk towers at all the first time.
It's all over. Until next time.
I'll try for the ring. Yeah, that looks like I'm getting it. Alright. Oops, don't jump all over the place, please. And there it is, your first heavyweight victory. I never doubted you for a moment, Prince, and I'm sure you heard them, but the audience was going absolutely wild. Okay, next, let's grab critical hit. Now then, there's a bit of time before your next bout. That's because your opponent originally would have been none other than Wicked Thunder, Eutrope. For reasons we know all too well, they have to call up a replacement, and who that is hasn't been decided yet. So let's head back to the gym for now. With some luck, Retsara has made some progress on the rescue. Alrighty, heading back early. Back up to True View, and to the east we go. I will say that was an interesting fight. I don't know if it's better than, say, Dancing Green if we compare it to the prior tier, but let's see what everybody has to say here. How dreadful. Oh. What's going on here? That's the boy from before. What could be the matter? Hey now, what's wrong? Your gym, they've wrecked it. What? Who? Why? I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, we're gonna have to pick things up a little bit, but... Hey there, kitty cat. We made ourselves at home while you were out. You're the ones who did this? We heard this was the unenhanced cook's haunt, so we decided to drop by to say hello. What have we here? It's the dynamic duo who have taken tag team matches by storm, the Extremes. Could they be Prince's next opponents? The unenhanced warrior is a single specialist, though, so I expect he will be pitted against only one of them. Which brother will it be that takes to the ring? The older, cool, and collected Deep Blue, or the younger, fierce, and fiery Red Hot? It'll be both of us, naturally. We don't work any other way. Don't worry, though. We'll tag in and out, so it'll be a fair fight. Tag team match, huh? You're cool with that, right? Come at me together if you like. That's the only way you can win. Big words, Big Shot. But we wouldn't break the rules, right, bro? We wouldn't. But don't we always... No, we wouldn't. Oh, was that meant to be a secret? Not another word out of you. You've had a good ride so far, Cook. But it won't go so smooth for you on our surf. You're gonna wipe out, and wipe out hard. And there you have it, your next opponents. Please see to your preparations and come to the green room, and I'm sorry for this awful mess. There was nothing I could do to prevent it. This isn't a good time for a tour, I'm afraid. Would you mind coming back after I've sorted things out? Those bastards did a real number. Wait, where are the kittens? They're safe, thankfully. They sensed the danger and fled upstairs. I actually arrived earlier and witnessed them in the act. I was furious and wanted to stop them, but I feared it would draw the President's attention. Forgive me. I have news. We've found a promising lead on Neyuni and Eutrope's whereabouts. Truly? One of Honey's devoted fans is an employee of Ascension Arcadia, and he divulged the details of the security at the company complex. Thanks to him, we now know that right after your sisters were kidnapped, they curiously doubled the watch in a certain area. According to Green, it's a plushy reception hall used to entertain important guests. In all likelihood, that's where the girls are being held. While security is tight, we have a plan to create an opening and mount a rescue. Sugar will use her magics to cause a commotion, which I'll exploit to sneak inside. That's quite a daring strategy, but I have faith that you can pull it off. We will carry out the mission during your next match. If you do what you do best and put on a good show, the attention you draw to the ring would only aid our cause. So, you're pitted against the extremes next. It reminds me of my own time fighting as a tag team with Hector, when we were still no-name newcomers. What? Why have I never heard about this? Our signature move was the ultimate Mega Boom kick. Hector would encase me in flames and send me flying at our opponent. Not only did it look impressive, it had some kick to it as well, pardon the pun. Alas, we hardly drew any spectators, so management disbanded our team. We were still trying to find our place back then. But getting back to the present, like all tag teams, the Extremes will unleash powerful coordinated attacks. Take care when you face them. Well, I suppose we'd better head to the green room. The mess can wait for now. Alright, to the green room we go. Honestly, it'd be nice if they teleported us back and forth without us having to run all the way across the city each time. I mean, yeah, we got the Aetheryte shards to help with that, but still, it'd be nice to get the free teleports. Right, let's take a closer look at your opponents. Red Hot and Deep Blue, who form the popular tag team The Extremes. They're originally professional surfers who rose to fame with their feats at Solution 9's artificial wave pool. The brothers harness the souls of storm divers, great lizards capable of manipulating the elements, to perform dangerous techniques. As you can probably guess, Deep Blue commands water, while Red Hot wields flames. I say brothers, but they're obviously not related by blood. It's just a part of their gimmick. Having said that, they do make a fearsome team. to Echo Retsara, you'll need to be ready for their coordinated attacks. Once you've dealt with them, you'll be just one bout away from becoming Grand Champion. So get out there and give those gym wreckers what for. We'll see who's the one who wipes out. You know, I kind of am reminded of a moment where a certain Hades needed to help teach one of those things to fly, and I'm wondering now if maybe not doing that could have had some effect here in the future. Alright, Yana? The brothers love to perform outrageous stunts, and one time they used up so many souls to revive themselves, they were roundly criticized for squandering resources. Which is to reiterate the need to be careful. Their recklessness makes them all the more dangerous. Alright. So let us cue in to match number 2 of the heavyweight tier. Introducing themselves by devastating Tritails training, the Extremes have not only challenged you, but... Oh, these are going by real quick today. Not that I'm complaining. Got a giant chocobo floaty in the background there? And a Moogle one, too.
On waves and flames they ride, the deadly duo, the Extremes!
Alrighty, let's re-up our food.
This will be
And it looks like the other tank is taking over.
Extreme proportions.
I can handle you alone.
Oh, my word, such scorn for the challenger. Oh, what fearsome flames! He set the ring ablaze.
I like Inferno.
Let's give them all they need. Sure. And now we can go crazy.
The flames are spreading. At this rate, the challenger will be trapped.
I'll wipe you out.
I see flames in all directions. Stay in the middle, maybe?
Hey, save some
Nope.
fun for me.
And here's the tag.
Deep Blue's lost his cool. He's tagging in.
If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
Good God.
That tells me to get over there.
Wave.
Whoops. Oh no, I walked in the wrong direction. I hit the ring.
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly. You're going down! What a drag. Let's do this together, bro.
Both brothers have entered the ring. Oh, that's grounds for disqualification.
They don't fight alone either, so it's only fair. The extremes fight as one.
It seems the referee is allowing it. It's double trouble for the challenger.
We're just getting started. Hey, check out this smooth teamwork.
The brothers have triggered a fusion explosion! Truly, they're deadly beasts.
Right, I want to make sure I've at least got one of them here. Water snaking. What is this?
I've been saving this trick just for you.
Oh, brace yourselves, folks. The extremes are holding nothing back. Oh no, they've been felled with a vengeance. And they're down. Can they recover from this?
I'm running out of space to fight. Let me hit the healer there just to make sure they stay up.
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly.
I ride the inferno.
I gotta invuln at this point.
You're going down!
Okay, we do not have a way to get the healers up, so I think that's it. Yeah, that one healer was struggling to get the other healer up for like a good minute or so there.
This will be a tag team match of extreme proportions.
I can handle you alone.
My word, such scorn for the challenger. Oh, what fearsome flames! He set the ring ablaze.
I ride the inferno.
The flames are spreading. At this rate, the challenger will be trapped.
I'll wipe you out.
Hey, save some fun for me.
Alright, here's the swap.
Deep Blue's lost his cool. He's tagging in.
If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
Good gods, what an enormous wave!
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly.
Impressive footwork on display today.
You're going down! Oh, what a drag. Let's do this together, bro.
Both brothers have entered the ring. Oh, that's grounds for disqualification.
They don't fight alone either, so it's only fair.
The extremes fight as one.
It seems the referee is allowing it. It's double trouble for the challenger.
We're just getting started.
Hey, check out this smooth teamwork.
The brothers have triggered a fusion explosion. Truly, they're deadly.
I've been saving this trick just for you.
Oh, brace yourselves, folks. The extremes are holding nothing back.
Okay, now that I see that that debuff there, I at least get what they're doing. And that gives us more of a battlefield this time to work with.
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly.
I lied, Inferno.
Alright, I think we're past where we were last time.
You're going down!
Let's get as much healing out as we can here, because this is tight. There we go.
If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
And they're down. Can they recover from this?
I don't get why that tank was running away from me. I mean, obviously they had their invuln. Yeah, I called for somebody to do a healer LB. Alright, looks like the tank there just ducked out, and we've got other players ducking out as well here, so I think there's a consensus that things are not working out here. Alright, well, let's just queue right back in. It also kind of felt like it was just like taking forever for their health to go down as well.
This will be a tag team match of extreme proportions.
I can handle you alone.
Oh, my word, such scorn for the challenger.
Let's try to park this on the outside.
Oh, what fearsome flames! He set the ring ablaze.
I lied, Inferno.
The flames are spreading. At this rate, the challenger will be trapped.
Yeah, they had the aggro first, so since I took over, I gave them a shirk to get them more.
Hey, save some fun for me.
Deep Blue's lost his cool. He's tagging in.
If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
Good gods, what an enormous wave!
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly.
And they dance out of the way unharmed. Unbelievable!
You're going down! What a drag. Let's do this together, bro.
My shirk isn't even up yet to give them more.
Into the ring. Oh, that's grounds for disqualification.
They don't fight alone either, so it's only fair.
The extremes fight as one.
It seems the referee is allowing it. It's double trouble for the challenger.
We're just getting started.
Hey, check out this smooth teamwork.
The brothers have triggered a fusion explosion. Truly, they're deadly beings.
Not a smart idea to stand behind the tank.
I've been saving this trick just for you.
Oh, brace yourselves, folks. The extremes are holding nothing back.
Yeah, this feels like they're going down faster this time.
Gnarly.
I lied, Inferno.
Invuln?
You're going down! If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
Still don't get what that rescue is all about. Looking at that buff, and I mean, if they step in,
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly.
at least that's the way I interpret it. And if you keep them separated, it won't be easy for them to. Won't be
I'm
easy.
not finished with you yet!
Well, either way, the fight is done.
The match is decided! Victory goes to the challenger.
I'm just gonna say that buff is misleading then.
It's all over. Until next time.
I will try for the pants. Got it? You did it again, Prince! Even together, the brothers were no match for you. Seeing you humble those smug thugs really made my day. Serves them right for making a mess of my gym. And we'll go for critical hit. With this, you've earned your title shot against the Grand Champion. You'll need to be more prepared than ever for that bout. But for now, a good rest is in order. Let's head back to the gym. Oh, is this finally a free teleport? First Vamp Fatale, now both the extremes at once. You're incredible. I knew you'd beat those bullies. Prince, you look so cool out there. It ain't over till it's over. How will you fare when you have no simulacra at your disposal? Cowards. Well, somebody didn't want them doing that. Could be the Grand Champion. Or the current reigning champion, that is. Hello, Urianger of the Ninth? Honorless curs, you are a blight upon the Arcadion. Begone from my sight. It's the Tyrant! What's the Grand Champion doing here? Put up your weapon, challenger. A true warrior does not engage his opponent outside the sacred ring. I am the Grand Champion of the Ascension Arcadia Championship. And I know all about you, upstart. You think yourself a babyface who brings change, but to me, you are a heel who would tear down our traditions. That's right, you're nothing but a villain. If you are resolved to destroy the Arcadian as we know it, it is only meet that you understand how it came to be. Listen well. It all began with the president's ancestor. The man was a noble in the kingdom of Lindblom, known for his love and patronage of the theatrical arts. When the storm surge came to a head, he was forced to flee his homeland. For years he wandered the endless wastes until, in desperation, he sought refuge here. I did not move that along. To his great surprise, the Alexandrians welcomed him with open arms, and in the sight of them toiling hand in hand to build new lives, he saw a vision of that ancient paradise of myth, Arcadia. He longed to repay the kindness he had received, and at length found the answer in the fighting contests that the people enjoyed in secret as a diversion. Using the riches he had brought with him, he created a new form of entertainment, one that blends thrilling fights and gripping theatrics. Thus was the Arcadian born. Alas, it did not endure in its original iteration. As survival grew more challenging, it became increasingly difficult to host matches. Eventually, they ceased to be held altogether, and the Arcadian was all but forgotten. Yeah, you can blame Zerolja for that one. What's that got to do with me? The years passed. Advancements in Eutrope brought stability, and the advent of soul technology a sense of security. For the first time in generations, Alexandrians experienced tedium. Wishing to provide the excitement they craved, the president revived the Arcadian and held matches that pitted recreated simulacra against each other. Oh, you're talking about in the past, then. Okay. And when the people clamored for fiercer fights, he satisfied them by introducing the use of feral souls. In this way did the Arcadian rise up to become the premier form of entertainment in Alexandria and a pillar of our culture. This is the Arcadian's history, the legacy that lives on in its sacred halls. This is what you seek to destroy. Feral souls are the very soul of we fighters, and we will not allow an outsider to dictate our culture and take them from us. Hear, hear! All hail the tyrant, the one true king of the Arcadian. You can satisfy people even unenhanced. That's right. Prince has shown us how exciting unenhanced battles can be. You may have garnered attention for fighting unenhanced, but in the end you are not more than a heel intended to create excitement. It is your fate to fall. Then I'll see you in the ring! As you saw for yourself, the tyrant's a force to be reckoned with, even when not using a feral soul. What's more, as Grand Champion, he has free access to the soul repository and can choose the best soul for each opponent. That makes it hard to offer advice. If only we knew which soul he'd use, we'd have something to work with. Anyway, let's get back to the gym. I'm anxious how the rescue mission went. Retsara and the others haven't returned yet. I hope they're all right. Looks like mission accomplished. At least for one of them. Yana! Neyuni! Oh, thank goodness. I'm sorry, we weren't able to rescue Eutrope. We found Neyuni in the reception hall, but there was no sign of Eutrope, and no time to search for her. The kidnappers removed Eutrope's regulator when they abducted us, and then they took her somewhere else. Removed her regulator? Oh no, that's what they do to the immortalized. Come on now, don't lose heart yet. Times like this, you gotta keep on grooving. Have some tact, will you? We're talking about their sister. No, he's right. Now isn't the time to be fearing the worst. It's already a blessing that Neyuni is safe and sound. Still, I doubt the President will sit idly by in response. I worry what he might do next. You can rest easy on that front. We actually have a collaborator on the inside. Metem. We approached him without expectation, and we're pleasantly surprised when he agreed to help. He's He's contrived to make it so the President doesn't learn of our foray in a hurry. Furthermore, Metem has an idea of where Eutrope might be. He promised he would see her safely returned. Metem did all that? Perhaps I misjudged him. Can we really trust him? I feel uneasy too, to be honest, but right now we don't have any other choice but to trust him. Oh right, I have some good news too. While I was locked away in the reception hall, I was able to access a terminal and retrieve some useful information. That is, the Tyrant's data. In the upcoming title match, he intends to use the soul of a behemoth. Neyuni, that's amazing! Prince will have a much better chance now thanks to you. I expect the preparations for the match will be finished soon, so let's head to the Arcadion. We can discuss the fight in detail there. It'll be over soon. Once Eutrope has been freed, and you become Grand Champion, no one will fight with feral souls again, and those afflicted with psychonekrosis can be cured. As before, we're counting on you, Prince. We'll all be praying for your triumph. Leave it to me. It seems Palm wants to join you. Perhaps she thinks Hector will be at the Arcadion. Maybe she wants to cheer Prince on as well. Let's bring her along, eh? A cat in the right place can do a ton of things. While we trust in Metem to keep his word, you must focus wholly on the title match. Become the Grand Champion, Prince, and free all the souls in the repository, for Hector not least of all. The Arcadion is Alexandria's biggest stage, and I'm counting on your victory to make a dazzling comeback. Don't let me down, or I shall have to sting you. Anxious about the title match? You got this, baby. Just relax and enjoy yourself, and before you know it, you'll be dancing the night away at your victory party. An image comes to me. You're being crowned Grand Champion, and everyone you've saved are all there celebrating. If the president is descended from Lindblum nobility, it makes sense that he knows about the cure for psychonekrosis. If you can defeat the tyrant, then we can save everyone. Alrighty, off to the Arcadion! Oh, actually, not so quick. Yeah. Right, let's make our way to the Arcadion. Given the huge publicity surrounding the match, there's bound to be some fans along the way. Why not take a moment to talk to them? I expect they'll have some words of encouragement for you. Interesting idea, but okay. Oh, it's that kid again. My son and I will be praying for your victory with all our hearts. You can do it, Prince. You can beat the tyrant to become the Grand Champion. When I grow up, I'm going to become a fighter like you. Then we can form a tag team together and teach the bad guys a lesson. Prince, I can't believe your heavyweight title match is already happening. I have every faith you'll win and usher in a new era for the Arcadion. Now that we are connected to the outside world, our society has begun to change. It's only natural that the Arcadion changes as well. Alrighty. I'll be cheering for you, Prince. The unstoppable upstart is speaking to me? What an honor it is! Truth be told, I lost someone dear to me in the recent attacks, but as I was wallowing in grief, I saw you facing your foes entirely unenhanced, and it gave me the courage to carry on. I'm not the only one either. There are many others like me who are inspired by your unfaltering figure in the ring. And to see you become Grand Champion would be the greatest inspiration of all. Hearing from the fans really fires you up, doesn't it? They inspire you as much as you inspire them. Come on, let's continue to the green room. Alrighty. We've been awaiting your arrival, Prince. And this is? She wants to cheer Prince on. That's not a problem, is it? No, certainly not. If you would please follow me. Alright, let us grab more critical hit materia. Well, here we finally are, the heavyweight title match. I'm starting to feel a little nervous, I have to admit. Seems she wants to find her master. Just like Retsara said, it's heartbreaking. Right, better focus. I suppose this will be the last time for this, but let's take a look at your opponent. The reigning Grand Champion of the Arcadion, the Tyrant. Prior to becoming a fighter, he was a peerless hunter renowned for his mastery of all weaponry. In the ring, he wields an arsenal of arms, and freely switches between them as the situation demands. Based on the information Neyuni found, he'll be using the soul of a behemoth, a fell beast that possesses terrible strength and magic. In addition to powerful physical attacks, he'll unleash devastating whirlwinds and meteors. More than ever, you'll have to take care. Now go out there and win one last time. Claim the title and usher in a new era for the Arcadion. One where lives aren't sacrificed for entertainment. Heavyweight match 3 now accessible. Let us cue in. And that is an instant pop.
Ruling over all with an iron fist, the Grand Champion of the Arcadion, the Tyrant!
Alright, let's get this going.
At long last, the decisive match against a Grand Champion! Will the challenger triumph and seize the Tyrant's throne?
First, I shall take your measure. Show me your footwork.
Once again, they slip beyond their opponent's reach. Another attack evaded with aplomb.
How about this?
Well, that keeps chasing.
Oh, even I felt that. Can't afford to be careless now.
Behold, the essence of martial mastery.
Absolute brutality! The champion's power is unmatched.
There is much more to come.
Okay, now I see the extra line. Okay, so we gotta go in, then stay out, and then watch the cross. So right about here should be fine. Yep.
Oh, the challenger's holding their own.
It has been a long time.
If they want it,
since
I
I've
will give
enjoyed
them the
myself so.
aggro. Or enmity, as it were.
Oh, it's tyranny time, folks. He knows no mercy, and he's never tasted defeat.
I thought I was out of that.
No more holding back.
I have to still...
Prepare yourself.
Ah, yeah, drop everybody to 1 health.
Warrior.
I beg your pardon? What is he going to do with all those weapons?
In here? Oh, I didn't even see the fourth one pop up.
Such ferocity! The
Oh, it
champion
keeps
is
going. I
ruthless
get it
indeed.
now.
My reign is absolute. I will not lose.
The tyrant altered his form. He looks even more tyrannical than before.
Know the folly of challenging me unenhanced.
No? Okay. I was about to say nobody's in that one.
I will not yield my throne.
Okay, we need to duck behind, I'm assuming? Or maybe be inside?
What a display of power! He's unleashed the full might of the behemoth!
I gotta stay behind.
Now fall.
Alright, this is gonna launch me into the air, I think? Yep. So you had to angle
Oh,
it.
he split the ring in half. We're going to need urgent repairs. And they're down. Can they recover from this?
I'm gonna pop a cooldown for that one. This is gonna pop me over to the other side, I guess.
And they're back in action. Can they turn the tide?
Oh my goodness, my dash pushed me off.
Try this. And now he's thrown the ring. What absurd strength! Ham, the ring shall presently be restored.
Alright, I'm waiting for this to end before I take
Oh,
this.
there's a clash between feral pride and mortal resolve. Either side could come out on top.
The power of feral souls makes the
Maybe I should
Arcadian
actually hop in
what
there,
it is.
actually.
Oh, they're out. What fighting spirit!
To the corner. Well, somebody's popping it for damage instead, I guess.
What power! Looks like someone isn't holding back.
Alright, we need to run. Alright, reprisal. Reduce the damage that's coming in. Almost have them down, just 10% left. Down goes the former champion.
Oh, the match is decided! Before your very eyes, a new grand champion is born!
Alright, I'm gonna try for
It's all
the
over.
legs, if I can get
Until
them.
next time.
Let's see. Got some decent rolls, at the very least. And then I'll go for the ring if I need to. Okay. Prince has disposed the tyrant to rise up as the grand champion. Oh, what brings the referee out now? I'm pleased to see I was not mistaken about you. That would be the president then, I think. That voice! It's the president! None other. Though this is obviously not my true form. I am in my quarters on the uppermost floor. A deal's a deal. Tell us where the drop of life is. It is here with me. Come, and I shall give it to you. You have earned a personal audience. The drop of life? I haven't the faintest what this is about, but I better take a camera to capture these events. And that tells me this is all a trap. Looks a bit squarish, doesn't it? What is that monstrosity? The Lindworm, legendary serpent of Eld and namesake of my homeland. By infusing myself with its soul, I have come to assume this form. The president has become this terrifying creature? Those must be the former champions. And those people, why, they're the immortalized. Eutrope! Madame, why is she... You promised you would save her. I'm truly sorry, but it seems he was one step ahead of us. You have served me well, Matem, but I have long been aware of your duplicity. Arrayed behind me are all the fighters who have been immortalized. With each feral transformation, their souls were ravaged, until they ultimately met their demise. A pitiable fate. They shall make a fitting audience for the final act, here in this faithfully recreated Lindblom Theater. Yeah, probably not a good idea. It takes time to transform, remember? To use the bodies of the departed as a decoration. This is pure depravity. People of Alexandria, in my mission to bring you ever more thrilling entertainment, I have given my very body and soul. I acquired the power of the mighty Lindworm, and then sought to create fighters who could offer me a fierce contest. Alas, all died prematurely, taken by a soul-consuming affliction. But at last they may know peace, for the one I have long awaited has appeared. With the actors thus assembled, the greatest show in Arcadian history may finally begin. In feverish highs shall all sorrow and tedium be swept away. This is unconscionable. How could the president do such a thing simply for entertainment? Unenhanced warrior, know that you have merely become heavyweight champion. If you wish to be crowned the true grand champion, you must now defeat me. For some reason, you seem to think I haven't dealt with this sort of thing before. I'll send you slithering back to your hole. That's the spirit. See to it that you spare no preparations. Nothing short of perfection will suffice for our performance. A shocking truth has been revealed, and the final match has been set. How will this harrowing tale conclude? To think that the fighters were dying from using feral souls. Just because we wanted thrills. The Arcadion was my escape, but if I'd known the price for it... If this is the way it is, then our only hope is for the unstoppable upstart to win. That's right. Let's all cheer him on against the evil president. Eutrope. Not you too, Eutrope. Not you too. Alright, let us grab the tenacity. Deep down, I feared we might be too late. I steeled myself for the worst, but the reality was too much to bear. When I saw how the president had exploited my sister and all those others, I tried to use a feral soul without thinking. I want nothing more than to fight with you, but I know I'd only hold you back, and I'd be a fool to tempt fate again with a feral soul. In his twisted mind, the president might think this is just a show, but to me, this is a reckoning. For Eutrope and all the fallen fighters. Bring that monster to justice, Prince. Heavyweight match 4 now accessible. Let's get this going. Okay, not an instant pop this time. I'll go ahead and food up early. And let's take a look at the description. Upon claiming the tyrant's crown, you are escorted to the uppermost floor of the Arcadion, where you are at last granted an audience with the president. Yet what meets your eyes is the horrific sight of his soul-imbued form. The serpentine Lindworm. Arrayed behind him is a sickening display of the fallen immortalized. Sacrifices in the president's bid to create a fighter who could contend against him. Now the stage is set. To avenge the victims of his sinister script and to rise to become the true Grand Champion. You must stop the president once and for all. This Lindworm is a complete mystery, so I can't offer you any meaningful advice. But you're the Grand Champion for a reason, Prince. You've bested every opponent you face, and I'm sure you can best this fiend too. Let's get in there.
It's the shocking true face of the villainous president, the mighty serpent of yore, the Lindworm!
Never had a choice, never let the ops win. Calm them nerves, got the whole world watching. Ready, set, go, ain't no stopping. Light it up.
Alright, here we go.
The blood boils this. Looking at the walls around me, closing in. I think what's it gonna be? Never had a choice, never let the ops win. Calm them.
The president must pay for his crimes! Give him what for, champion! His arm has a life of its own! Is this the power of the mythical Lindworm?
Interesting. Everybody's headed over there, so might as well
His
follow.
arm is slithering out! Oh, that's disgusting!
Something on the ground there. And it's getting bigger.
Watch out! That is one cruel coil! Once again, they slip beyond their opponent's reach.
Going down pretty fast here. I get the feeling this thing has multiple lives. Guessing, yep, back here.
Another attack evaded with a flaw.
Yeah, I had the feeling that was going to be an AoE there. Alright, this is... I think we gotta stay in the middle?
His arms are snaking round the ring. What's he planning?
Oh, okay.
Oh no! The door has latched onto the champion! Don't panic!
Okay, I didn't have a good angle there. Yeah, I'm not the only one that happened to. I gotta try arm's length to see if that fixes that.
Oh no, they've been felled with a vengeance!
Glad I got up when I did, otherwise I was gonna latch onto one of the healers. This way.
What fighting spirit!
Okay, so it's gonna knock me this way. Oh. Oh, good one. I see.
Oh dear, the challenger's fallen out of the ring.
Not really giving you much chance to think about what they're doing. That makes it a good fight. I was hoping that that wasn't going to take that away from me when my body fell. All right, I'm going to invuln through this. Just be careful. Okay. All right, arm's length. Okay, arm's length does work. Good to know. I gotta get over here. This way. I feel like this thing is going down pretty quick here. Oh, I think that canceled out the LP.
The battle is decided! Victory goes to the champion!
And why am I still able to move around? Called it!
What the? Could the Lindworm's regeneration be out of control? The Lindworm's completely healed! What outrageous regenerative power!
Hey, Skimmy, thanks for tuning in.
Is there no limit to his regenerative capacity?
Ooh, there goes most of the DPS there. I think it worked, but it looks like my alert didn't work, so I'll have to check on that after the show. But I appreciate the raid. There we go. On top of the world's one.
Unbelievable! The champion's done it! The president has been defeated!
Gotcha. I played that a really long time ago, but it's a great game. I gotta get back to doing the remake series at some point. Alright, let's see what we got for loot. Grooving Green. Well, I'm not getting that one. How about some pants? Yeah, I've got the pants. Alright, let's get out of here. Cool. You did it, Prince, just as I thought you would. Now, tell us where the drop of life is. We won't allow anyone else to die. It may not exist. That which you seek lies before you. The ether yielded by the lindworm's heart is the stimulant for the regeneration factor. Now, set aside your grief, for Eutrope and the other fighters have not perished. Everyone can still be saved. Everyone except the President. What? Everything has been part of the President's plan to produce the cure to psychonekrosis. So he knew all the time then. When the first fighter was diagnosed with the disease, the president was utterly shaken. He cursed himself for ever introducing the use of feral souls. Determined to find a cure, he turned to the treasure that had been passed down through his line, the egg of a lindworm, a creature known for its phenomenal regenerative abilities. After much experimentation, he ultimately extracted the soul of the unborn beast and took it into himself. And though he transformed into a monstrosity possessed of preternatural regeneration, he sadly could not use his power to heal others. To make matters worse, the power meant he was forever locked in its serpentine form. So it was that he was forced to confine himself to this mausoleum. For a small blessing, his regulator still allowed him control over the Arcadian's devices, and he could remotely operate machinery. That was how he was able to make contact with me and convey his intent, to sacrifice himself and have the cure made from his heart. Alas, the lindworm was too powerful. Even the tyrant proved no match, and the Arcadian remained in operation as the search continued for a warrior capable of defeating him. That seems a little... like, if he had at least some control over the lindworm, could he not have simply let himself be hung up and then, you know, just have a guillotine taken to him? Like this seems a little over much for... unless he really had no control over the thing. Those fighters who developed psychonekrosis had to be retired and put into a deep sleep, a cold stasis to keep the disease at bay until they could be cured. It was for this reason that Eutrope was kidnapped. The president lamented subjecting more souls to the disease, but for want of other solutions, he could only press on with his plan. If that's the truth, then why didn't you tell us? The president was nothing if not a showman. He dedicated his regrets, his desire for atonement, and indeed his very life to bring greater thrills to the masses. In so doing, he would promote fiercer competition and give rise to ever stronger fighters, one of whom he hoped would rise up to challenge him. It was to keep the competition running that the disease was kept secret. And though many fighters showed promise, it seemed as though none would ever transcend the tyrant. That is, until you appeared. From the moment he saw you, the president was certain that you'd be the one to defeat him. All he needed to do was to spur you on. And to do so, he cast you as a rebel who would tear down the Arcadian, and himself as the greatest heel it has ever known. The man couldn't help but turn everything into a spectacle. It's so absurd, one can't help but admire it. So this entire time, we've been puppets in the president's play. Would this be duty calls? Confound it, he's already recovered. We'll help too. It's no good. Everybody, listen up. Brute Bomber! The questions can wait. Right now, I need you all to channel me your ether. Oh, he's gonna blow it up. Alright, let's call on the Spirit Bomb. Use it, Prince. Our combined power. We need to finish him now. You fought well, champion. Leave the rest to us. The President confided in us long ago. We've been acting according to his instructions. It was my duty to serve as the Challenger's final test. And to ensure their hands would not be sullied. It was the battle of a lifetime. Even without feral souls, the Arcadian's future is bright. Yes, indeed. Remember the Lindworm. And my goodness, doesn't that look like that might be an eye? Hector, I thought you were gone. That you died after becoming that fiend. I thought the same, but then I woke up and I was myself again. Matem explained everything after that. The President had given me less potent souls for the bout, and then his people restored me back to normal. Yeah, no, it definitely regenerated very quickly, everything. I've been resting in the Arcadian's infirmary ever since, but when I saw what was happening on the broadcast, nothing could keep me from coming to help. I might have pushed myself too hard. Forgot I had this little disease. Right that! We should move everyone to the infirmary immediately and have the cure created. I shall personally tend to matters from here. Every soul will be saved, I give you my word. I have to say, I'm a mite miffed that Brute stole the spotlight, but I'm glad everyone is safe. Try not to encourage the verdant dancer. He is already insufferably smug enough as it is. Had a feeling it'd play out like this. For all his quirks, I knew the old man couldn't truly have been a villain. Alright, and Neyuni. I watched the broadcast from start to finish. You were absolutely amazing, Prince. Though it's taken some time, you've inspired me to change my views towards souls. Like Yana, I've decided to remove my regulator as well. By the way, some of the people from the Arcadion dropped by earlier to apologize for the President's deception. They even helped fix up the gym. It's been quite a whirl of events, but it seems the worst is over. All that remains is to pray that everyone is cured. Sometime later. Those cats are gonna be happy. I'm pleased to say the treatment was effective. Everyone has made a full recovery from psychonekrosis. The symptoms are completely gone. I feel like myself again thanks to the cure. And of course, to you as well, Prince. Yana has told me all. Words do not suffice to show my gratitude, but please accept my thanks. Yeah, mine too. I owe you one. Before setting off for their homes, the heavyweight fighters and those who were in stasis also expressed their heartfelt gratitude for you. And it'd be remiss of me not to do the same. Thank you, Prince. I, meanwhile, must apologize to everyone. Though it was to conceal the President's plan, the fact remains that I deceived you. I am truly sorry. Interesting on that third choice. And here I thought you were the true mastermind. Me? The mastermind? You give me too much credit. I have not the imagination to conceive such an audacious plan. Well, you're gonna have to figure something out to keep the Arcadion fun. That said, I did work behind the scenes to ensure all went according to script. In light of this, perhaps I could be considered the mastermind. In the end, everything is as the President had hoped. Wherever he is now, he too would doubtless be overjoyed. He sacrificed himself to save us all. Another debt I can never repay. The President actually had one last wish, that those who still bear love for the Arcadion, even after everything, continue to fight and bring excitement to the fans. He really had us all figured out. It's as if we're still dancing in the palm of his hand. Lest you wonder, I've arranged for the souls in the repository to be set free as you desired. Never again shall feral souls be wielded in the Arcadion. From now on, matches will only be fought between unenhanced warriors. The upstart's revolution was a success. This means, however, that there are none at present who could offer you contest. Until our fighters have become strong enough, I'm afraid we won't have any matches for you. I'm sure that day will come soon. I think I speak for everyone when I say I'd love to face you unenhanced. I won't stop training until I'm ready. Now then, there is to be a crowning ceremony for the new Grand Champion. Naturally, it can't begin without you, so pray come to the green room at your earliest convenience. Did those cats just teleport? Alright, to the green room. I hope we can still get in here after everything is done here. This is still a nice little set piece here. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, Yana. The ceremony will be held in the very ring we fought in. It wasn't all that long ago, yet somehow it feels like an age. But come, everyone's already out there waiting. Make sure you're dressed for the occasion, because all of Alexandria will be watching. Sure, this attire's fine. My fellow citizens, we are gathered to recognize a new grand champion in the Arcadion. An unstoppable force of nature who tore through every obstacle in his way. Please join me in welcoming this radiant star to the stage. The man who boldly ushered in revolution, the unenhanced yet undefeated king of the Arcadian, PrinceBrightstar! Hold it right there. It's a farce that you're grand champion. I refuse to accept it. Oh, perhaps this title defense bout is going to happen sooner than we thought. Oh, the brute bomber. Oh my, the brute bomber has barged into Prince's ceremony again. Does the man never learn? I demand a rematch. Just you and me, unenhanced. Not so fast. Watching you get tossed aside by Prince would hardly be entertaining. I'll be your opponent. Black Cat has leapt into the ring. I dare say this should be an even match. With the president no longer with us, it falls to my humble self to authorize matches. And on this occasion, I am pleased to approve an impromptu exhibition. Let this be the clash to christen the Arcadian's rebirth. She's the claw that gleams in Revolution's shadow, the rebel that prowls the dark black cat. He's the man who's been to hell and lived to tell the tale, the incorrigible, reprehensible brute bomber. Alright, Yana. I did it! I beat the brute bomber. Sorry for spoiling your moment with that charade, but we wanted to kick off the new era of the Arcadian with a bang. Matem came up with the last-minute script, and I agreed to join in. Retired fighters have been returning as well, eager to fight in unenhanced matches. We're all going to do our part to keep the Arcadian exciting. And as you may have already noticed, everyone's decided to remove their regulator. That's because we won't be needing souls anymore, feral or otherwise. Meanwhile, since you have no equal, you've been granted the title of Eternal Grand Champion and entered into the Hall of Fame. You're already a legend, basically. Now, though you may not be able to fight, we'd still love to see you. So don't be a stranger, and drop by at my gym or the green room from time to time. As much as I hate to admit it, we played into the President's hands from the start. But it was only because you were the protagonist of his script that we could bring the tale to a happy conclusion. We truly couldn't have done it without you, our unenhanced Grand Champion. So please, allow me to thank you again. We're forever in your debt. Alright, that is the achievement Ascension. And the funny thing is, you know, they talk about there not being any souls. The thing is, I had a soul the whole time. Just not a feral one, but the soul of a warrior. Anyway, let's check in on them real quick before we close things out here. Ah, that youth came in. Prince, I'm training my hardest so I can become a fighter just like you someday. Then we can form a tag team together and teach bad guys a lesson. Hey Prince, make yourself at home. Grab a tonic or whatever else you'd like. You're always welcome here. As you can see, I've been instructing new members of late, but I haven't been neglecting my own training either. I'm aiming to be the first Grand Champion of the Reborn Arcadian after all. And I'm not going to stop there. No, I'll keep pressing on until I achieve my dream. Getting strong enough to not only face you in the ring, but win too. Yeah, based on that example we just had a moment ago, you might want to try shrinking the size of the ring just a little bit. That might help to make things a little more exciting. Eutrope? I never thought I would live to enjoy a simple life with my sisters again. It feels like a blissful dream I could wake up from at any moment. Things could have turned out quite different. The President may have had an elaborate plan to produce the cure, but many of us would not be here today had you not triumphed. I truly cannot thank you enough, Prince. And Neyuni. Hello, Prince. Ever since you became the Eternal Grand Champion, we've had an endless stream of people eager to join Tritail's training. Unfortunately, with Yana and Eutrope busy after taking to the ring again, we've had to limit the number of applicants we accept. One day, I hope we can expand the gym and train a lot of fighters. By the way, have you spoken with the others recently? If you haven't already, you should seek them out. You'll find them around the city, in the Arcadion, or even in Heritage Found. I'm sure they'd love to see you. Oh, looks like we're gonna be searching for people then, for a little bit here. Just to make sure we don't have to come back over here, we'll start heading over to the left here. And I don't see anyone. To the green room, then. Okay, so we are able to get back in. Matem! Ah, Prince, what brings you to the Arcadion this fine day? Should you have anything you wish to discuss, I shall be happy to oblige. I have nothing left to hide, after all. How fares the business? Oh, quite well, my friend. Contrary to our initial fears, the audience has only grown since we ended the use of feral souls. Each day, nigh every seat in the house is sold out. This unprecedented success we, of course, owe to you. Your nail-biting bouts gave the people a taste of the thrills that unenhanced battles have to offer. Even now, in this Arcadion Reborn, fighters vie for victory, seeking to ascend as the first Grand Champion. Interesting option to give us. What is the President's story? As you know, the President traced his lineage to Lindblum. His ancestor was a noble of that lost kingdom, and a patron of the theatrical arts. And it seems the President inherited his forebear's passion. For in a single generation he revived the long-forgotten Ascension Arcadia and transformed it into the premier enterprise for entertainment in Alexandria. Alas, that revival came at a terrible price, psychonekrosis. The emergence of this terminal disease pained the President to no end, and in order to cure the fighters, he ultimately chose to make the greatest sacrifice. With his love for theater, he had originally pursued a career as a stage actor. I dare say none was better suited to the part of the villainous President. To perform the role of a lifetime on the grand stage that is the Arcadion may well have been a fulfillment of his heart's desire. What's more, in no small part thanks to you, the Arcadion is no longer dependent on feral souls to deliver thrills. Wherever the President is now, I am sure he has no regrets. And can you tell me more about the Lindworm? It is both the namesake of Lindblum itself and the great serpent the President had become. I will share with you what he confided to me. Lindworms once thrived in the lands where the nation of Lindblum was founded. Awed by the creature's great size and regenerative abilities, the first settlers chose to name their home after them, in hopes that it might bloom eternal and undying. By the time of the storm surge, the Lindworm had become little more than myth, but as the conflict raged on, a soul egg was discovered. In those troubled times, many suffered from excessive exposure to lightning aether, and developed symptoms such as debilitating paralysis. Seeking to deliver relief to the masses, scientists began conducting research on the Lindworm egg, that they might develop a medicine that stimulates one's regeneration factor. Yet no matter what they tried, they could not hatch the egg. It remained unhatched as the nation of Lindblum collapsed, and was entrusted into the care of the president's ancestor when he fled his homeland. As the years went on, the egg was all but forgotten, but that would change when the first cases of psychonekrosis were diagnosed in Arcadian fighters. Seeking a cure for the affliction, the president enlisted a scientist acquaintance at Origenics. It was then that he unearthed Lindblum's abandoned research into the regeneration factor. The president would often say that he felt a sense of destiny in that moment, when he learned that he could put to use the egg he had inherited. The rest you know as well as me. Thanks to the advent of soul technology, he was able to extract the Lindworm's soul from the unhatched egg, and he injected it into himself in a bid to cure his fighters. Alas, he found that his regenerative powers could not be used on others, and he was left with but one option: to see the Lindworm slain, that a stimulant might be created from its heart. Alright. Retsara, come to check up on us, Prince? I'm giving Hector a hand before his match. Actually, that's a lie. I'm here to see the kittens. This hoarder refuses to let them leave his sight, bringing them to even the green room. Anyway, there was something I wanted to tell you. I've decided to use my next off-season to visit the world beyond the barrier. I've always felt cramped inside this dome. I look forward to seeing what's outside it. Maybe we'll see him out in the world at some point. What do you want? If you're here to mock me, I've got a match coming up, and I'm trying to focus, so scram. Wait, we worked pretty well together with that coordinated attack before. Well, if you're eager to form a team, I don't mind teaching you the secrets of the technique. Yeah. Okay. Let's head out and check out the rest of the city. Lots of fans over here, apparently. Look what you've done to my precious Arcadion. Fine. I will acknowledge that this change is for the best. It wasn't right that fighters were getting sick from using feral souls. But just so you know, the tyrant isn't finished with you yet. He's out there training as hard as he can so he can beat you someday. I wish to retract my statement from earlier, when I called you a novelty. You withstood Vamp Fatale's punishment, and not many could say the same. But I should warn you, the Dominatrix has amassed a sizable fortune from her cosmetic and confectionery brands. She's one of the most influential people in the city. Try to act high and mighty now that you're a grand champion, and you may not like the consequences. I'll be damned, you really did change the Arcadian. Suppose I can still see muscular women duking it out, though. Plus, there's the extremes, who will get up to all sorts of madness as usual. Hells, maybe shows will be even more thrilling now that everyone's fighting unenhanced. I'll give this new era of the Arcadian a chance. I had faith that you would usher in a new era for the Arcadian Prince, and I'm thankful that you did. Especially now that I know using a feral soul can trigger the onset of such a horrible disease. It's truly a relief that matches will now be fought between unenhanced fighters. And what's more, I've heard those afflicted will make a full recovery and eventually return to the ring. The Arcadian's future has never been more exciting. Oh my, the unenhanced Grand Champion is speaking to me. Congratulations on your victory. And thank you for inspiring us with your feats in the ring. It truly saddens me that I will not be able to see your unfaltering figure in matches for a while. In the meantime, I hope to draw courage from watching the other fighters, who now do their best to battle unenhanced. Hey, Dancing Green's making his grand return to the ring. Now the party will never end, baby. How will Sugar Riot choose to express the inspiration you gave her in your match? It's all I can think about. I think the Howling Blade and other fighters were suffering from a terrible soul-ravaging disease. You have my sincerest gratitude for saving them. It's the unenhanced Grand Champion! I was saddened to hear that you won't be able to partake in matches for a while, but as your loyal fan, I'll wait for the day I see you in the ring again, no matter how long it takes. Well, you know, I'm out there as well. Keep an ear out to the ground for other things you might hear from beyond the dome. The Brute Bomber's back. He'll return the fire that's been missing from the Arcadion, even without a feral soul. You not only lived up to my expectations, you exceeded them. Wicked Thunder and Black Cat have returned from retirement, so I think I will focus on supporting them once again. Miss Honey is returning from her retirement as a fighter. With her broadcasts and concerts on top of that, it'll be hard for we fans to keep up with everything. Definitely, a lot has changed. A lot of fans are hanging out, that's for certain. Alright, let's see if we can find anybody else in the city here. Alright, let's swing into here. There's Sugar Riot. Excuse me, I'm trying to focus. Ah, I didn't realize it was you. I was waiting for an image to come to me. You see, that I might paint it upon the canvas before me. Perhaps I should simply give form to the inspiration you gave me in our battle. Though I dare say a single wall will not suffice. Okay, let's try to the south here, and then if we don't see anybody, we'll pick up an Aethernet shard to bring us back north. There's nobody on this side, right? No, I don't see anybody. Okay. Let us head over to here. Oh, there's two of them. What is it? We're about to head out for a street race. Keen to see how fast these modified spinners can go. In case you're wondering, Blue came up with the idea of messing up the kitty cat's gym. He couldn't stop smiling as he smashed things. Matter of fact, he even... Wait, I think that was all supposed to be a secret. Well, if it ain't the unenhanced Grand Champion himself. We're not up to no good, if that's what you're thinking. We were just about to tour the city, as a matter of fact, with safety foremost in our minds. Say, no hard feelings at the gym, I hope. It was the president who told us to wreck the place, so we could psych you up for the fight. I took no enjoyment out of it. He'd revealed the whole truth to us earlier on, you see. So I couldn't help but worry this lout would give the whole thing up with that big mouth of his. Yeah. Alright, let's hop the gap here. I wouldn't expect anybody to be over by the government building here, but we'll give it a check just to be sure. If anything, I would expect Dancing Green to be outside the Nexus Arcade over there. And those two are partly why I would not expect anybody over here. This is where the MSQ ended. No need to have, the Arcadion story to end over there as well, or have characters hanging out over there. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone. Okay, we'll hit up the Aethernet shard. Get us to the Nexus Arcade sooner. Nobody inside the arcade that I can see. Okay, there's Honeybee Lovely. Hello, my obedient little bees. It's me, Honeybee Lovely, with another edition of This'll Sting. Today I have something special planned for you at Mosaic. Oh, but if it isn't my dear friend Prince, I'm currently doing a broadcast. Why don't you join me? Come, my dears, say hello to the unenhanced Grand Champion. If you'd like to see more of him, be sure to stay tuned. Yeah, they're gonna be focused on that. I know the feeling. Alright, over to the residential sector. I think one of these is for the MSQ. Yeah, here we are. Or no, I guess not this one. There is a second building, if I remember correctly. Yeah, down here. Once we check that out, then we'll take a look for Heritage Found. I know there's Dancing Green that we need to find, as well as some of the champions, or rather, some from the heavyweight, if I remember correctly. Yeah, after Sugar Ray, we haven't found any of them for some time here. Sheesh. Or no, plus Red Hot and the other one. Oh, there's Van Patel. My, how naughty. Coming into my apartment uninvited. Are you so eager to be punished? I jest. The one truly in need of punishment is that impudent girl, the one called Honey Bee. She's become quite full of herself lately. Someone needs to discipline her properly, thoroughly. And it so happens we are to match each other next. I wonder, how will the little bee scream for me? Alright, with that, we can start to make our way to the exit of Solution 9. I still want to run to the exit, though, just in case, just to make sure we don't miss anything on the way. Otherwise, I would just teleport straight to Heritage Found. Not seeing anybody over there. Okay, to the exit. Alright, from here we can actually take off into the sky. That'll help with the search a little bit. I didn't think there were too many houses that we could actually check here. But I know there are some. I'm kind of surprised that they're a little harder to find out here. Alright, I'll give it another moment and then we'll check elsewhere in Heritage Found. They could be potentially anywhere if they're not here. I'm not seeing anywhere obvious that they might be hanging out at here. Yeah, I've got an idea of where potentially some of them might be. There was that one place over in this direction, I think. But if they don't show up there, well, it's going to be an interesting search. Ah, here's the tyrant. My successor. Come all this way to see how the man you defeated fares? I care not, for I am satisfied with the outcome of our battle. I learned firsthand how dependent I'd become on the power of feral souls. And through our clash, I realized I would never reach your strength through ordinary training. That is why I hunt again. Only by pursuing greater threats will I ascend to greater heights. Alright, so yeah, the only one that's missing, as far as I can tell then, is Dancing Green. Just for anybody that knows in the audience, any chance anybody knows if I've missed them, or if perhaps they went outside the dome? I don't see him hiding in here. I mean, Dancing Green was basically the life of the party, so I'm kind of surprised he wasn't in the over in Solution 9. But that also makes me think perhaps he's over in Tuliolol. There is the one spot over here. As well as the graveyard. Yeah, I guess we could check both those out. Well, we got an A rank over there, but that's not what we're looking for. Don't see him down here. And actually, there's two spots to check. One is the upcoming Aetheryte. And the other is near Origenics. Not there, so this is the last spot coming up then that I can think of. That is, unless, like I said, they're over in Tuliyola, but there is no hint given that they would have done that. It was another fighter that said they wanted to go to, Hey! Last place I checked! There they are! Hey, baby! Phew, it's you. Look, don't tell anyone you found me here getting all misty-eyed, alright? My party animal image couldn't survive the blow. Truth is, I grew up around here. When I feel overwhelmed or lost, I come back and think of the old days. When I'd gather debris and dream up silly dreams. Alright. So, with that brings us to the end of the story for the Arcadion. Now, there's still several other things that we need to take a look at in the future in 14. Of course, I have to at some point show you the rest of the events that happen in the Mamuja storyline. I also have yet to start the Crafter allied group in this expansion here, so that will also be coming in the future. And then, you know, of course, there's going to be patch 7.5 and 7.55 eventually. But we'll see when it all makes sense for me to look at all that. That said, next time, we're probably going to be headed back to Xenoblade, because I don't think I'm going to be quite ready to return back to Phantasy Star: The End of the Millennium just yet. I've got some special stuff in the works that's going to really make this really special event versus what you would normally see in the game. So I'm definitely hoping you'll join me when we do get back to that. But like I said, we still have to get back to Xenoblade Definitive Edition, and that is what we will do next time. We're still on the Mechanis, and we gotta take a look at all those quests that we picked up last time. But hey, if you've enjoyed today's content, of course, feel free, depending upon what platform you're on, to either give me a follow or a subscription, or at least a like on YouTube if you're on there. And with all that said, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.